Well, it happened again. Probably one of the biggest moments in the MCU that most people don't realize happened was the hacking of Sony Corporation and the release of all kinds of documents. And guess what? Sony's under cyber attack again. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about how this could be big news again and how history might repeat itself for Marvel Studios. Well, many people don't really get how important cybersecurity is to the history of the MCU. Sony had a full-on Spider-Man program going with The Amazing Spider-Man, and they were moving forward in lots of directions. But they were hacked, and this hack revealed all kinds of communications internally, which put Sony in a very estranged position with agents and actors alike. Now, this business dip for Sony actually led to them negotiating with Marvel, and ultimately Spider-Man returning to the MCU. And guess what? It's happened again. Now, details are still very unclear, but it appears that Sony has had, and I quote, all of Sony's systems hacked, meaning the extent of this hack is huge. Additionally, it appears this could be ransomware from a ransomware group called Ransom DVC, and they are claiming they have fully infiltrated and have accessed Sony's systems and have posted a ransom, which, incidentally, Sony has refused to pay. Now, currently, Sony hasn't confirmed any security breach at this moment, and there has been no data leaked to the wider web. But given what's happened in Las Vegas recently, in case you didn't know, several casinos were hacked, well, quite honestly, I'm inclined to believe what the hackers are saying. Now, in my personal life, I work in the information security industry, and I know how volatile this potential situation could be. Last time, it was massive amounts of egg on their face for Sony and Sony Pictures, and I would not be surprised in the upcoming weeks if we see a full-on leak of that kind of information and find out all kinds of behind-the-scenes details. Last time we found out about a lot of negotiations surrounding Spider-Man, internal conversations, some of their plans that came to fruition and didn't, and even logistics on things like money, where, for example, we found out Sony typically looks for a 50 cent on the dollar of production budget in profit. These are all some incredible insights into what goes on behind the scenes, but the widespread damage to Sony proper, the egg on their face, and the potential stock losses are huge. Now, for us Marvel fans, what this could mean is another dip in Sony, and last time this hack kicked off a really bad series of financial disasters, leading to a huge $900 million write-off from Sony and a ton of leaks that Sony Studios was going to be sold by Sony proper. Remember, if Sony proper sells Sony Studios, which was originally Columbia Studios, Marvel regains all the rights to Spider-Man, which would be really big to many fans. Now, the story is in the early stages, so we're going to follow it really closely. I think it could potentially have big implications for fans and many Sony IPs, including Spider-Man, so it's something we want to keep a close eye on.